All right, everyone, welcome back again to the Rock Your New Year Health Goals series that I am doing here in my Facebook group and I'm uploading to YouTube. Just really excited to jump in each day this week to share just brief, short tips around 5 key areas that I believe and I have seen that when you are working towards, when you're doing something small in each of those areas, you will lay some solid, healthy habits and foundation to reach all your goals and more in the new year and beyond. And just so you know, these kind of 5 areas that we went through graceful planning yesterday, diet-free eating today, joyful movement tomorrow, deep breaths and rest, that's for the stress and sleep part on Thursday, and then think positively, mindset on Friday. These are actually the 5 pillars that I cover in my 30-day Healthy Habits Jumpstart program that is open for enrollment right now, as well as open for scholarship applications. This 30-day program really brings together the key concepts that I lay out with my clients as foundational things to really support them, not just in our the 6 months of working together, but beyond. All right. And so I wanted to bring back this program to really kind of support some women in just for 30 days to really help them lay those solid foundations so that we're not coming to the end of the year thinking like, oh man, I wish I achieved those goals, or what happened to those goals? What happened to those intentions? What happened to my health? Like I was so on fire in the beginning and then things just happened. And so we're really going to talk about a lot about laying some solid, healthy habits and foundations and learning how to adjust those along the way. So you're going to want to make sure that you join us. And there are multiple ways to join us. You can, this week is crucial though. Okay, this week is very crucial because this Friday, the 14th, ends 2 things. One, a lot of women wanted to join and have told me that just finances are very just hard in this season. And so I'm offering a full scholarship to one woman. If you apply by Friday, you'll enter in that pool for that scholarship. But also I'm having an early bird price, and some women have already signed up an early bird. And I actually think it's very, on one hand, I understand that sometimes you just don't have capacity to stretch your budget anymore. But I think in some cases we can. We just can't see it, or we're not prioritizing our health and prioritizing ourselves. So I actually think it's very not just important, it's important to you, but it just speaks to you, speaks to your bank account. It speaks to everyone else that when you sit there and value your health and value yourself, that just means you invest time. That just means you invest money. All right. So I have the program 25% off until this Friday. And not only we get 25% off when you pay for early bird, you also will get a one-on-one call with me that you can use before the program starts or during the program. All right. And I've already had some women take me up on that. So I'm really, really excited to support those women and hopefully support you going forward. So I wanted to do this series as just kind of like a preview of some of the things that we will cover topic-wise in the program. But, you know, I do a lot of these challenges. I do a lot of these series. Actually, probably it ends up looking like once a month I'm doing something like this. And I believe it's tons of value. Between that and my podcast, I believe you can get a lot of great tips, a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation, and a lot of insight and wisdom into how to take care of your body, find food freedom, body confidence, and healthy lifestyle on a long-term basis. But where I have seen my clients transform the most, or women transform the most, is in a coaching container. Because in a coaching container, there is a 2-way interaction that happens, not just in a session, but in between, where you're wondering, what should I focus on here? You're wondering on like, oh man, I just can't get my mind wrapped around this. And I just feel like there's a block. Or my goodness, I only ended up walking twice this week when I really wanted to walk 4 times. Like you just get clarity, support, wisdom, and encouragement on an ongoing basis. And that is crucial for us women to learn how to receive support. I am a big advocate of investing in myself, investing in my business, which actually invests in you, investing in my family and their growth, their development, their health. And I don't just mean time, I mean money. I've invested a lot of money in things that I value throughout the years because I really think I'm worth it. And I really think they're worth it and you're worth it, right? And so I just think, I was listening to, so I've invested in health in some way, whether it's a personal trainer, whether it's a CrossFit membership, whether it's an online fitness membership like Street Parking, which I'm a part of now, or one-on-one sessions. I've invested in spiritual mentorship. I've invested in business coaching and mentorship, literally just as long as I've been in business. That has helped me grow, not just in business, but in life, right? Because I just, again, think that I give so much, I deserve to receive. And I believe the same for you. You give so much and so much and so much and so much, and you deserve to be supported as well as you support others. Literally, we're not meant to do anything in life alone. All right. And I was just listening to a podcast by actually my business coach, and I just was so encouraged because she was just talking about how like she's dating again after like going through divorce, being a single mom, and just like how the parallels to like in life or business, but just like how she had to just learn to like receive support, have the guy pay for her bill or whatever, And I think the same thing comes with our health. We just need to learn to like receive. But I think for sometimes it takes us being very clear and asking for support and asking to be helped. And that I think is so, you can really exercise that when you sign up for a coaching. And when you could sign up for this 30-day coaching program, even my long-term coaching program. So I really encourage you, if you are ready to just not do this journey alone, to either apply for the scholarship, because you really can't financially swing a lot right now, or to pay for the early bird. I actually think it's way more powerful to do the early, pay for it, because again, it speaks to yourself, but there is two options. So the links for all of that are below. Sorry. My grammar's all over. All right, that was a little spiel, but I think it was very important to talk about, and I'm going to be talking about it every single day this week, is just the idea that we as women need to sit there, invest, and ask for support and receive it, okay? So today we are talking about diet-free eating. We are talking about what does it mean to approach nutrition from a non-diet approach. Again, I've talked about the fact that diets are actually just your normal way of eating. So I would say I have a normal way of eating, right? But how we typically see diets are these very restrictive eating plans, usually to accomplish a certain goal. For many people, weight loss, or actually to sometimes we think it's a solution to fix our broken relationship with food. We think it's a solution to we're overeating, we're emotional eating, so we're going to go on and do this diet, when really it's not. And so I want us to just open up our mind to release what we think we should do, and just open up yourself to doing something different this year. And so I believe me when I say this, in my own journey, today's area was so key, was learning to stop following the shoulds. And I should do this, I should do this, I should eat this way, I should eat this much, and really go on a journey of really listening to my body. Yes, foundationally understanding what really nutrition really is, first of all, because if you've done so many diets, guess what? You're probably confused. You probably just don't know what's right or what's wrong or what works for you. So there is some foundational knowledge we need to learn, but I actually think we can just allow ourselves to go on the journey of just gracefully and non-judgmentally figuring out how we can go about eating in a way that's nutritious and also delightful. There's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of peace. There's a lot of shamelessness, actually, a lot of guiltlessness. And I think when many of us approach eating, we are approaching it through a shame and guilt mindset, or a should mindset. So I think that's one of the first things I want to say. And that wasn't even on my notes. One of the first things I want to say is like really just challenge yourself to just be open. Be open to pursuing a different way of eating. Be open to not trying a new diet or trying something just to fix or feel less shame, feel less guilt, or get to your goal quicker. Be open to just experimenting. Be open to trying new things and going on a journey. Okay. So, by the way, if you're on live or watching the replay, please let me know you're here. I would love to interact with you. So that's kind of what I just think that lays the foundation. Like if you can just allow yourself to be open, then we can talk about like some key things, right? So now when it does come to nutrition by nature, the word is Latin for nourish, right? We want to nourish our bodies. Our bodies need certain things to function, to survive, but also to thrive. We want to shift our body from just surviving to thriving, right? Having that energy we want, having that vitality we want. And primary way to do that, foundational habit and area of health to do that is by looking at our nutrition. And at the simplest way, one of the best things you can focus on is trying to incorporate, have a balance of what we call macronutrients. So there's macro and there's micro. A lot of us are familiar with micronutrients, making sure we're getting our vitamins or our minerals. So we're eating certain foods, we're getting supplements, all those sort of things. But what many of us don't really understand or don't realize is the importance of macro. Macronutrients actually have the calories. Micronutrients don't, but they're still important, right? And the three main categories we really want to consider are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Each of those things provide our body with macro, a lot of nutrients. So carbohydrates, carbs, proteins, and fat have all gotten a bad rap over the years, right? So I want to explain the importance of all three, so you can know why you need to have all three. But carbohydrates, I think the best form of carbohydrates is the form of fruits and veggies. Now, breads, pastas, rices, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I have those every now and then, right? But I just saying they don't have necessarily as much of the micronutrient value as fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies can hit both things, macro and micronutrients. There's tons of vitamins, there's tons of minerals, there's tons of polyphenols, there's tons of antioxidants, and there's tons of minerals and all that sort of stuff. But guess what? Carbohydrates, at the end of the day, they're fuel. They're fuel for your body. They provide energy. I remember when I was kind of really advancing in my fitness in CrossFit, and I would kind of get lightheaded often throughout the day. My coach at the time was just like, maybe you're just not eating enough carbohydrates. And I'm like, actually, you're probably right. And so he had me have sweet potato right after I worked out, right? Because I just used a lot of energy, but so just to replace that right away. And it made a big difference. I felt fuller, I felt more energized, and I felt vitality. And so all this to say, I know there are a lot of like carbohydrate woes and fears out there, but you need it. It's just what kind and how much. And the best kind is from fruits and veggies. You have starchy veggies, more like potatoes, squashes, all of that. Even fruits can be considered a starch, and you have more less starchy. So those are green vegetables. Things like berries aren't low on the sugar index, right? Because all carbs break down to sugar in our body, which is stored as fuel. Now, when we have too much of that, that's what gets stored as fat, right? So carbohydrates are important. I think whole food sources such as fruit and vegetables are the best. Now, protein. Protein builds your internal structures, not just your muscles. I think sometimes as women, we're like, listen, it's sexy for women to have muscles. I'm just going to say that. It's strong. We're strong. It's okay to be strong. It's okay to have muscle definition. So don't freak out about that. We don't have what the testosterone males have to get to looking like a male unless we're taking extra stuff, right? So don't worry about that. But you actually need protein to build your internal structures and your body to do what it needs to do. And you can get this from a variety of sources. Again, whole natural sources are the best. I get a lot of mine from good quality eggs and meat. I am an animal meat eater. Some people aren't. That's okay. But if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you really need to find other sources, such as, a lot of people have the soy, beans, peas, all that sort of stuff. And so forth, right? And actually in the Healthy Habits Jumpstart, there's a food chart that lays out possible options for all of these macronutrients to really help you create meals and go on that diet-free eating process. The next is fat, all right? Fat does not, I don't even like using the word make you fat, but fat doesn't do that. Fat is actually also essential for energy. Fat is also essential for transporting nutrients in your body. Your brain is a very fatty thing and it needs fat. So good quality sources such as avocados, olives, coconut products are very great. Again, whole food, less processed is always better for all of these categories. And in the Healthy Habits Jumpstart, not only we get a food chart, I'm giving you tons of recipe ideas that are whole food based to really help support you in getting started in this, okay? So focus on macronutrients and focus on quality. I mean, I think organic is very important, local is important, and grass-fed are very important. But in the beginning, just focus on getting the good stuff, like fruits and veggies. And then maybe you're like, okay, I want to get more organic because it just has less pesticides on it, right? And there are ways. A lot of people, first, like you might think, I don't have it in my budget to eat healthy. I think you don't have it in your budget to not eat healthy. Correction. Because guess what? If you're not feeling good, energetic, vital, confident in your body, that's wearing you down mentally and physically. And it might catch up with you later in life. And so I think we really need to invest in ourselves proactively now, to feel good and also prevent those things in the future. But also there are ways, and now more than ever, people are getting on to organic, getting on to local, getting on to natural, getting on to grass-fed. So there are a lot of great options. I shop at Aldi primarily. God bless you, Aldi. And I just love how many organic fruits and veggies they have for very affordable prices, right? And bunched up together, making it easy to shop. So it's really just like finding what works for you. But as you start to incorporate those more natural whole food sources, then focus on quality. All right, so one was open up your mind to this change, to not maybe going up on a diet, just like to knowing that there could be a different way to eat nutritiously. 2, focus on macronutrients. 3, focus on quality. And 4, eat what's best for you. No diet or plan or way of eating like fits everybody. We are all on our own personal journeys in our health, and every person is different. And they're what we call a bio-individual. A bio-individual simply means that our bodies and lives are different. So what works for someone else may not work for you. So don't waste your time or energy or brain capacity comparing how you eat to how someone else eats. Go on your personal journey to find a customized way of eating that gives you energy, health, nutrition, and so forth. Right? I feel so empowered with how I eat now. You know, I've had, before getting pregnant, me and my husband both ate more of a paleo Whole30 approach because it just felt good doing that. Obviously getting pregnant, I just kind of ate, I mean, I still ate pretty nutritiously the first pregnancy, but then after, when I had my daughter, I just understood, not just only because I was breastfeeding, but because there was just, my body shifted and everything like that. Hormones were shifting. I needed to add some things that I eventually cut out. So I added a lot more like oatmeal and a lot more starches in that sense to support me. And even in this pregnancy, it's a little bit different. And it just works best for me. While some people who are pregnant may be able to like eat completely strict thing of how they once did, right? But it's all different. So it's understanding what you're learning, what you need, your body needs, and what your life needs. And really allowing yourself to allow that to even change as time goes on. And then the 5th tip, because the first one was a bonus tip. So that was eat what's best for you. The 5th tip is to have fun. The saddest thing someone ever told me is that they were going to stop eating anything that tastes good because they were going to start eating healthy to lose weight. They just had this belief and mindset that they were going to be deprived. And actually, podcast episode 202 that released today talked about how to eat healthy and not feel deprived, and 4 different tips there. And I just think there are, when you do make a decision to eat nutritiously and healthy for your body, there are things you might have to give up, but I don't think we have to give it up in the way that we think we do. And sometimes for people, if there's certain health conditions, you might, right? But as I mentioned, even in the podcast, there are still ways to enjoy some, maybe a recipe you love, like you love spaghetti, but you want to maybe cut out that sort of refined carbs, so you're going to have spaghetti squash instead. So there are ways to recreate some of those favorite things as well. All right. And have fun with it. Try new things. Experiment. I love doing this. I try to do this when I have the mental capacity, at least once a week, try something new. Or even if it's like I have chicken legs, which we cook about every week, like try cooking it a little differently with a little different flavoring, right? And so this is something also we are going to cover a lot in the Healthy Habits Jumpstart. So overall, I really think these 5 tips can really help you to start moving on your journey to find your own customized way of eating diet-free. Is to open your mind. Number 1, open your mind. to change, open your mind to experiment and go on this journey. 2, focus on whole food macronutrients, carbs, protein, fats. Then 3, focus on quality. 4, learning and allow, this kind of goes with number 1, but figuring out what's best for you and being okay with that and not comparing yourself. And then 5 is having fun. Just have fun with trying new things and also making it as simple as you can. In the Healthy Habits Jumpstart program, I also have some great worksheets around busy people eating on the go, simple healthy snacks to really make it, to give you some ideas on how you can make it as simple as possible. Okay, so from the 5 tips I mentioned, I would love for you to share with me which one that you're going to focus on, maybe this week, this month, this year, to really help you figure out a customized way of eating for you and your body. Are you going to try to just open up your mind to experiment, try new things? Are you going to focus on macronutrients? Are you going to focus on quality? Are you going to focus on eating what's best for you? Are you going to focus on having fun? Share with me in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, and as a reminder, this is how I teach nutrition. I do have one of my favorite meal planning recipes and sources, but I don't give people saying like you need to do X, Y, and Z customized because this is the best way. I think one size does not fit all. And I really help with some foundational things such as the macro and micronutrient thing, water and all that stuff. Help them figure out a way to do it that works for them. And all my clients have walked away with that. And so I'll be teaching this in the Healthy Habits Jumpstart program with tons of recipes, food chart, different ideas to help you on that process. And then our coaching calls is really where, and even the Facebook group is really where you're going to be able to customize all that. So again, if you're ready to get support in creating a really rock solid healthy habit around nutrition, I want you to either apply for the scholarship for the Healthy Habits program or catch early bird while we still have that 25% off on that one-on-one bonus call. All right, that's it from me. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to try to, probably won't be right at 1, have a call, and then I have to get my daughter. But I'm going to try. But either way, the replay will be here. And yeah, we'll just talk about joyful movement. All right. Grateful for you all, and I'll talk to you later.